Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and it's Friday night baseball here at
Grizzly Field in stereo.
There you go. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. Heavy on the Mr. as we are coming into tonight. And, Jonathan, you have some scores for us.
Yes, I do there, Mr.
Throughout the district.
Francis. So, visiting back to our scores from around 25-5A. Obviously, game one at Rouse Field. We did see our Rouse Raiders take down the Glen Grizzlies 9-1. Liberty Hill did topple Leander at Leander 11-4. Cedar Park won a tight one, a very close one, 1-0 at Hayes. Lockhart coming out strong against Kyle Lehman, winning 14-6 at home. And then game two, obviously set for tonight. We are here at Glen Grizzlies. You got Leander is visiting Liberty Hill right down the street from us. Hayes will be at Cedar Park, and Lehman will actually, well, it says Lehman's at Lockhart again. But
No, I don't think I swapped those.
Okay, Lockhart's at Lehman.
Yeah.
Kyle Lehman for game two. So we'll obviously probably not have any updates this evening for you, but we will have updates for you come Tuesday.
The Glen Grizzlies come into tonight 2-7-3 overall. They're head coach by Zach Darling. He's in his ninth year with 65 career wins. He's assisted by Alberto Guzman, Alshon Johnson, and Tramali Bolden. Their 2024 record was 9-23. They finished 1-13 in district play, and they have 9 returning starters. Your Rouse Raiders come into tonight 10-3-2. They're head coached by Chad Crimpine. He's in his 23rd year with 525 wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Drew David, and Will Noble. Their 2024 record was 34-10, 10-4 in district place, and was a state semifinalist, dropping that game 2-1 in a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th inning, a walk-off error.
2 times in 4 years that we have taken ourselves to the semifinal state game. 1 game and 2 runs the first time, 1 run the second time away from that elusive state
championship play game. With 4 returning starters.
And just a quick little revisit again. You know, we talked about it a little bit Tuesday. If you missed that broadcast, here's how the top 25 in 5A rounds out. Rouse Raiders find themselves in the 4 spot. This is as of Monday. We do see some familiar names in there: Bernie Champion, New Braunfels, as well as Smithson Valley, all who will be in the by-district round. More than likely, we'll see all 3 of them and ourselves as well, as long as everything does go as it has over the last few years. But what we are seeing a little different is we don't have 3 to 4 guys out of our district that are in the top 25.
Right.
Normally, Liberty Hill, Cedar Park, ourselves, we've been there with Georgetown when we had Georgetown a few years back, where we were actually 9, 10, 11, and 12, all splitting, all going 10-4 that year, and all splitting games against each other, all shared co-district champs 4 ways, as it was. And, just baseball as usual here at Rouse. Coach Crimpine just keeps rolling them out there and finds his way into the top 25 year in and year out. And, again, doing it a lot of new faces this year. We're seeing a lot of new faces on the field as Michael and I are becoming familiar with these kids, these guys, these young gentlemen, and just putting face to name, putting a number to the name and the face, and just trying to remember everything for the broadcast and to try to not butcher a name while we're out there. We try to do our best to get everybody's name accurate. So,
well, a new top 50 category has come out this week with Texas high school baseball 5A. This one is across all classifications.
It is,
it is the top 50, and your Rouse Raiders are the top 15. I mean, they're number 15. And they are the top team in all of Central Texas, in the Austin, Central Texas area. Both Westlake and Round Rock and Lake Travis are further back.
Correct. And you look at, I've got it pulled up here. Unfortunately, y'all cannot see it at home, but I'm looking at it here on my phone. And this is, again, amongst all. We're talking about 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A,
1A through 6A.
And you've got Spring Branch, Tomball, Prosper, South Lake, Carroll, all these 6A teams that top the list in most cases. And then there it is, Rouse Raiders right there at number 15, followed closely by Bernie Champion New Braunfels at 20 and 21. So, again, this is the top 50. Super cool. Round Rock is in there as 6A at number 42. You got Bernie also there at 39. Yes, sir. Westlake. Again, Lake Travis. Lake Travis is at 37. So, yeah, just really cool to see that thrown up there. And that is posted by THSB.
Yep, Texas High School Baseball.
So it's out there for anybody and everybody to see. You don't have to subscribe to be able to get that. That is something that is.
Well, if you subscribe, you get to see it. You get to see it before everybody else does.
Right.
Before they release it on Monday at noon, as they do with the top 25 of each classification.
So a little different here for you folks. Again, we are able to bring you our 3-camera view as we have so far this year in the few preseason Leander ISD tournament games that we did, as well as Tuesday night. But these camera views are going to be changed up a little bit because we don't have those nice little brackets that Michael and I mounted on our home dugouts. We're at the mercy of what the field brings to us and where we're allowed to set up. And we've got them viewing from our third base dugout, but a little bit different look. We still have the I'll give it to y'all here. We still have coaches there, so we can actually see them in the pregame meeting of the coaches here at home plate. And then we will also have a field view. A little better, I think, than what we had at ours, So we'll see how this plays out. And, again, any feedback that y'all can give us, we would greatly appreciate. Do you like these views? Would you like to see something different? We'll be there for you.
So we may not be able to do that at each field that we visit based on limited space when we go to Lockhart. I think that one might be a little challenging to do. The other thing is there isn't always power in the dugouts, and so we can run it as long as our batteries hold out. And so we'll see how that goes tonight because we don't have them plugged in. But
yeah, maiden voyage of seeing how the life of these batteries go. And, of course, that, as anybody knows, batteries over time. So what starts out this early in this season, as we use them more and plug them in and charge them more, we may see that life dwindle a little bit. So we're going to get to see a beautiful sunset being outside the press box there, Mr. Francis, right behind us, right over our shoulders here, left shoulders. We got the sun going down, and obviously, as mentioned in our Tuesday night game, the shadows are casting across the field. We've got it almost covering first base right now.
So the interesting thing about Glenn's turf field versus the new turf fields that have been put in at Rouse, Leander, Cedar Park, and Vista Ridge is that Glenn has a dirt pitcher's mound.
Correct, yes, sir. And that's a lot of guys really prefer that. Some like a slide, right? Like to be able to slide a little bit into that pitch, and others want to really be able to plant that foot. And, I guess we'll see over time. They are going to get a new field, though, right? I think aren't they going to get one next year?
Yeah, it's still got to go through the permitting process. And we got a big face right in front of our camera.
That's okay. Nobody can see it.
There we go.
You're talking about this one. Oh, that one.
No, I was talking about the main view.
Oh. Well, I can bounce it. That happens. Anybody want to see the starting pitcher tonight? There he is, folks. Carter May taking the bump for your Rouse Raiders. There he is in all his glory, whistling Dixie. And he said he wanted to know if this played back so he could go watch it. So I think he's going to love that.
Uh-huh. All right, well, we're just about ready to get underway here at Grizzly Field. Leading off for your Rouse Raiders will be the right fielder, number 14, Joe Burry. He will be followed by the second baseman, number 12, Christian Caro. Batting third will be the center fielder, number 6, Connor Thompson. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 9, Mason Gonzalez. Batting fifth will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the pitcher, number 33, Carter May. Batting seventh will be the catcher, number 21, Carson Pruitt. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, number 3, Adrian Graves. And rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 1, Scott Knight.
Yes, sir, Coach. Mixing it up just a little bit, we have seen a lot of Adolfo Arives in right field so far this year. And Coach has elected to bring Adrian Graves, one of the seniors on the squad. His normal resting spot is left, so we do see Joe Burry make his rotation out to right field, which is great to see somebody have the ability to move around the field.
Leading off for the Grizzlies will be the shortstop, number 7, Chase Roberts. He will be followed by the third baseman, number 23, Braylon DeLoach. Batting third will be the catcher, number 11, Joe Brennan. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter, number 17, Aaron Wagner. He will be hitting for the left fielder, number 15, Mason Harlow. Batting fifth will be the second baseman, number 5, Robert Sandoval. Batting sixth will be the starting pitcher, number 10, Dom Tanyag. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 6, Anthony Rodriguez. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, number 8, Nathan Anaya. And rounding out the order will be the center fielder, number 2, Blake Rickmers. And, of course, Rickmers flashed that speed on Tuesday night as he was definitely covering the field from center field.
He had it from left center to right center, all of it. Like, hey, guys, this is my domain, man. He absolutely covered a lot of ground and cut off a lot of what would be hits that were caught. So
we're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just one moment. It's baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway here at Grizzly Field. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar.
hello, everybody. Hello. Looking to bring you game 2 of district play here. Your Rouse Raiders versus the Glen Grizzlies. Those of us just joining us, game 1 did see Rouse coming out on top 9-1. Actually had an opportunity to get out of the game a little bit earlier, but they weren't able to put together those last couple of runs needed, so they ended up playing out for the full 7 innings.
Defensively for the Grizzlies tonight, on the mound, number 10, Dom Tanyag. Behind the plate, number 11, Joe Brennan. At first base, number 8, Nathan Amaya. At second base, number 5, Robert Sandoval. At third base, number 23, Braylon DeLoach. At short, number 7, Chase Roberts. In left field, number 15, Mason Harlow. In center field, number 2, Blake Rickmers. And in right field, number 6, Anthony Rodriguez. Due up for your Raiders in the first, Joe Burry, Christian Caro, and Connor Thompson.
Rouse looking to start out this game just like they did in game 1, posting up 5 runs in the bottom of the first there and batting around the lineup. So, it looks good. The bats definitely can get hot very quick here for the Raiders, and we'll see if they can continue that throughout the year. That's sort of a big key, right? That makes life so much nicer for the pitchers, right? I know Tim and Seth probably love that. When they were on the bump, when they get a bunch of runs, and just allows you to relax and just go out there and pitch.
So, funny thing, before the game, I was visiting with Coach Darling and Coach Guzman with the Grizzlies, and he jokingly told me, he said, "Now y'all don't hang 6 on us in the first inning again." Joe Burry makes his way to the plate. Tom Yag from the stretch, a lefty for the Grizzlies. Picks up the sign from Brennan. He comes set. First pitch, and we're underway. That's high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That will get the outside corner for strike 1, and that will even things up. The 1-1 pitch. That's way outside for ball 2. Righty-lefty matchup. 2-1 pitch. That gets the outside corner for strike 2, and we're in an even count.
Yeah, and if anybody noticed it, the home plate umpire saluting the flag during the national anthem. We appreciate your service, sir.
The 2-2 foul tip into the glove for strike 3, and that will do it.
It's a breaking pitch that just fooled Burry as he was out in front of that and just not able to make any contact or enough to foul it out and stay alive as he put it right back into the mitt of Brennan.
Lefty-lefty matchup with Caro stepping in from the left side. First pitch offering. That's outside for ball 1. That's high for ball 2. And, that's one thing. Sometimes lefty pitchers will struggle with lefty batters. They like that open box to play with from the left side. That pitch in for a strike. 2-1 the count to Caro. Tanyag comes set. That's inside for ball 3. The 3-1. This is lined into right field. This will be a base hit for Caro.
Well, 2 did it.
And the Raiders have 1 on. We've been struggling with that second camera, haven't we?
I have to put both of them now. So camera 2 was fine. Camera 3 did it.
And I wonder if maybe.
Sorry, we're just getting a little transmission issue. Now, y'all aren't seeing it because we haven't shown those views.
They're next to each other, so they may be having some issues with signals. That pitch outside to Connor Thompson for ball 1. Mason Gonzalez on deck. 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the first. No score as of yet. That pitch high for ball 2.
Yeah, and there it goes again. Oh, yeah, big time. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just stay with the main camera then.
Yeah, we're sticking main.
Well, 2-0. That's high and outside.
Getting a little bit of work in progress,
For
folks.
ball 3.
Little fine tuning that we'll need to do as the year goes on.
And see, now it's good.
Yeah, it worked great, and then it goes back to
the 3-0. He shows bunt, lays off for ball 4, and that will put runners at first and second. That'll bring up Mason Gonzalez, the first baseman, batting from the left side.
Yeah, it comes.
Jacob Solis on deck. Caro extends his lead at second, as well as Thompson at first. That first pitch high for ball 1.
Now Tuesday's love that pitch right there, and very like above, but maybe right around the top of the zone. He just liked that as a strike.
Fastball cut on and hit foul for strike 1. Boy, he turned on that one.
Yeah, he had both the oppo and pull ball working on Tuesday night, as he was able to hit both effectively.
Tanyek comes set. The 1-1 pitch. This is fouled back for strike 2. Solis helping out his on-deck fielding percentage.
Oh, the ball came right to him.
Yeah.
I mean,
wanted to.
Didn't even have to move for that one.
Brennan gives the sign. The 1-2 pitch. Catches him looking for strike 3.
That was too close for comfort there, letting that one slide by, and it does catch a piece of the.
Gonzalez doesn't typically strike out.
No, sir.
Not looking anyway.
Correct. Yep. Jacob Solis comes in looking to keep the hot bat going. Mr. Extra Base King Tuesday. 2 doubles in that game.
First pitch to Solis, down and in for ball 1. Andrew Sanchez on deck. 1-0 pitch. This is popped up into shallow right field. Sandoval underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for the Raider first. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. And after 1/2, we're scoreless here in Leander.
Coach Darling got his wish.
That'll bring up, or do up, for the Grizzlies, Roberts, Deloach, and Brennan. Defensively for the Raiders, on the mound, number 33, Carter May. Behind the plate, number 21, Carson Pruitt. At first base, number 9, Mason Gonzalez. At second base, number 12, Christian Carl. At third base, number 1, Scott Knight. And at short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In left field, number 3, Adrian Graves. In center field, number 6, Connor Thompson. And in right field, number 14, Joe Burry. Carter May, a tall right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, his sophomore year saw a little bit of action here and there during the playoffs, and then quite a bit out there from the bullpen his junior year last year, and then this year has, I would say, solidified his spot as the top 2. Yep. Jacob Signs followed by a Carter May seems to be that rotation that coach is really going to like, although he does have a lot of arms to choose from, can offer different options. We have a couple of lefties in there. We have a very young freshman in Jack Doss, that can come out and offer some really good.
Yeah, he had a solid performance against Houston Stratton.
Yes, sir. And even coming out Tuesday, got an inning in of work and looked really good. So that's the big thing, right? Is catching and pitching, and Pruitt has done a really good job of keeping everything in front of him. I really don't ever like that be a wall back there.
Right.
I don't like that, because what happens when you throw a ball against a wall? Bounces off, and who knows where it's going to go, right? I mean, do you really want your catcher being a wall? and just letting it bounce off of him and go wherever. No, come on, man. Stop everything.
Right.
Keep it next to you, in front of you, so you can't let runners advance. So
Chase Roberts will come to the plate, batting from the right side. Braylon DeLoach on deck. May from the windup. First pitch, that's high and inside for ball one.
using this camera 2 view as often as possible.
The 1-0 pitch, fastball high for ball two. 2-0.
I may here in a moment just shut 3 down and see if that helps.
The 2-0. This is fouled back out of play for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch, fastball. This is line to first. Gonzalez has it for out number 1.
Ultimately, he just had to open the glove on that one as it came right to him. Maybe a slight half step to his right to make that play. So
we got Braylon DeLoach making his way to the plate.
Went 3 for 4 Tuesday night. Was one of the big highlights for the Glen Grizzlies. Big kid.
Joe Brennan on deck. May deals fastball. This is cut on and hit to second. Carl didn't even have to move. Throw to first in time, and that will do it. 1 out on 1 pitch. 4-3. That will bring up Joe Brennan and Aaron Wagner on deck. So we do need to be mindful of the
Copyright
of the
infringement.
walk-up music. If as long as we're talking through it, we're fine. But if it plays, then we can get dinged for it, and YouTube will ding our broadcast. That pitch misses high for ball 1.
Yeah, 3 is just not liking us at all. I'm going to shut it down altogether and just see.
The 1-0. That is foul for strike 1. One and 1 the count. May from the windup. On the pitch, this is cut on and popped up into shallow right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit.
Yeah, and just a little bit of a no man's land.
Texas leaguer.
Yeah, Christian Caro ranging behind Mason running backwards, and then Joe Burry had a great charge on it. Probably the closest Raider to possibly making that catch, and still was about 2 to 3 steps away from really having an opportunity at it. So
Aaron Wagner will come to the plate for his first at bat of the night. Again, he is hitting for the left fielder, Mason Harlow.
doing that inventory today, man, I'll tell you, I'm
That pitch misses low for ball 1.
feeling my age there, Mr. Francis.
Do have a courtesy runner for the catcher at first base. I can't see his number.
Where'd you put? Oh, thank you. Game stream. And
1-0 pitch, fastball. That is hit foul down the left field line. Coach Darling, a lefty himself. Did you see that coach's box fielding?
I did not.
Yeah,
no, sir.
He fielded that foul ball. One count to Wagner. Runner extends his lead at first. That pitch will go to the backstop. That'll be a wild pitch.
Yeah, and that does see number 3 for the Glen Grizzlies comes in, and that's Chance Newton. That is the
It's at 13.
pinch runner. Is it
13.
13 or 3?
13.
Oh, there is. It was folded underneath the thing when he turned. Okay, Rafael Gamboa.
That pitch down and away for ball 3. Three and 1, the count to Wagner. May from the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count goes full.
Yeah, hitters count 3-1. Carter May went ahead and challenged him and came out the victor on that pitch at least. Now we'll see what he can do on the full count here.
Sandoval on deck.
Best on best.
The payoff pitch, that is fouled off.
Wagner doing a great job of staying alive here in this at-bat. Wagner batting out of the cleanup spot for the Grizzlies.
Close to the road right here,
Yes,
so you
we
hear a lot
are.
of traffic going on behind us.
Motorcycles and hot rods and whatever else.
The payoff pitch, that is ball 4, and that will put 2 on board as May issues his first walk of the evening. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 5, Robert Sandoval.
Well, he almost had Wagner on that ball 2 pitch that Wagner was able to barely duck out of the way. It almost doinked him in the helmet. You know, almost thought he did get hit, but they showed that it was a pass ball at that point. Or wild pitch, excuse me, not pass ball. That did not go on Pruitt.
The first pitch to Sandoval, a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
2 outs here. 2 on. Like to see Carter settle in here and start pumping some strikes and then seeing that off speed start working for him.
The 0-1, well, I guess must have been outside.
Wow, that did look good.
Like it did look good from here, but we are on the far side of the
Yeah,
line.
we're beyond. I mean, I'm barely on the back edge of the righty batter's box here where I stand.
May comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Wow, a nice slider. I'm not sure why he didn't get that call, to be honest with you.
My best guess on that was a possibly low and away. May have caught a piece of the plate, but again, possibly
I thought it
low.
crossed over the plate. The 2-1 pitch, a fastball right down the pipe for strike 2, and that will even the count at 2. Deuce is wild for Sandoval. Actually, he's got 4 of a kind. He's got
Yes, sir.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on.
That's you'll hear that a lot, folks new to this broadcast. Deuces wild. That's obviously always going to be a 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 outs.
That pitch high for ball 3 as he tried to get him to chase.
Then we also like to have fun with the on-deck fielding percentage, and we've had batter's box fielding percentage, coach's box, dugout fielding percentage. Just a made-up stat that Michael came up with that we carry on and again have a little fun with. Foul balls. You know, always something to talk about, right? Of course, you don't want to fall into that stat with 0.
Right.
You always want to be batting 1,000 in that stat. That's just shows hustle.
May comes set, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and May gets himself out of the jam. and picks up his first strikeout. Both teams batting 5 in the first. No runs on one hit. They leave 2. And after 1 complete, we're all knotted up at 0. Here in Leander. Got 2 goose eggs on the board. Somebody looking to put some numbers on the board, or cricket letters. Not cricket letters, cricket numbers, I guess you'd say.
Letters, number, something. Just let's see some action. Now we've had, obviously a little bit of action there in the first inning with both teams putting 2 on and simultaneously, right? Having runners on. Nobody has made it past second base up to this point, and so see if we can see a little change here.
Due up for the Raiders. Sanchez, Pruitt, and Graves.
Noticing Dom Tanyag that just not going to blow it past you as a lefty, but most lefties don't need to, right? I mean, most lefties are able to hide the ball really well, and when that happens, what is 82 to 84 really looks almost like 87, 88, from a lefty's view. And again, Tim, lefty, right?
Yeah.
And Seth was not, though.
Seth was righty.
Seth was righty. Tim,
Seth,
as a lefty.
Coach would use Seth for a sidearm pitcher.
Little submarino, huh?
Yep. He would do some of that submarine. He liked to come out of a 3/4 arm slot.
Just like a lefty Nolan Harris. I know we were talking about him and how Nolan, boy, he would just massive sidearm, pretty tall kid, and, coming lefty at you, but he threw it like 60 on his changeup.
First pitch in to Sanchez, an off-speed pitch for strike 1.
And Nolan's breaking pitch would be on the backside of a lefty batter and break across the plate.
Pitch outside for ball 1.
Of course, Coach Harris being a former collegiate pitcher in his own right, and obviously had a lot of teaching there for Nolan.
Pruitt on deck, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, Andrew Sanchez just trying to press a little bit on that pitch, trying to make something happen, and really swinging outside of the zone to go after that.
Wow, that was a good-looking pitch, man.
That looked really good from up
got
here.
Lucky on that one, that's for sure.
That's closer than the ones that Carter didn't get called on for him.
This is hit out to left center.
There we go.
It'll be a base hit for Andrew Sanchez. Who was lucky he wasn't called down on strikes.
Yeah, tell you. Again, you just don't leave it up to the umpire, folks. I'm telling you, boys, just foul something that's close off and fight to see a better pitch for you. But just, Mason did that, and he sat back down because he watched that pitch, and it was called a strike. So
Tanyag comes set. Pruitt lays the bunt down the first base side. Throw to first will be in time, but that will be a sacrifice bunt for Carson Pruitt.
Okay.
What is it? Well, they're saying it. Why is Sanchez having to go back?
Foul? Fouled? No. Yeah, why are they?
Yeah.
Coach understood what's going on because I heard him yell, but I didn't know what exactly happened.
I don't know.
You see anything in the replay?
No, it's already passed.
Has it already passed?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, the ball was put into play. That pitch in for a strike to Graves.
And it couldn't be a foul because they didn't bring him back to pitch. They called him out.
Ask them in there, see if they know. The 0-1 pitch, that's high for ball 1.
I've got to bring everything back here to. All right.
One and two, the count to Graves. That pitch called a strike on the outside corner. Scott Knight on deck. This is hit back up the middle. This is off the glove of Tanyag.
Okay, so I was able to get a quick review here with our counterparts here at the home broadcast, and they called Pruitt out for running inside the line and inside the field of play when he was running down to first and not staying in the basically the brown area of turf marks where he's allowed to run, and they said he got into the green area and they called him out.
One 3 on the put out of Graves. Scott Knight with a 1-0 count.
All right, let me get it updated, folks. All right, so yes, 2 outs. Andrew Sanchez on second.
This is hit back up towards second. This will be played by Sandoval and the throw in time, and that will do it for the Raiders. 4-3 on the put out.
Getting a lot of off speed here from Tanyag that has really kept the players off balance. I mean, what they're swinging and making contact, it's very weak contact for slow dribblers here in the infield on any contact other than what Andrew Sanchez had, which was a nice shot out there to left field. So
due up for the Grizzlies in the second, Tanyag, Rodriguez, and Anaya. Raiders get no runs on one hit. They leave one after 1.5.
Yeah, and even Coach
were scoreless here at Grizzly Field.
Coach Perez, Manny Perez, who's our first assistant coach here, and he does stay in the first base coach's box, is having a conversation here with the home plate umpire, just trying to understand, what he saw and was he really on the inside? And I think Coach agrees because
in the play he was running down that lane on the brown.
Yep, that would be my understanding.
That's fine. You can run in that. You can't go into fair territory.
Right. No doubt. I mean, I get it, but, I heard Coach, let out a, come on, guys, right? And so it almost makes me think Coach saw it too.
Yeah.
Because if not, I would think that he'd be the first one to be at home plate having a discussion with the umpire about that call if it really wasn't very accurate. And maybe it was close enough that it could be called that way. But what benefit does it serve him, right? He's not going to be able to get in the way of the throw to potentially get Andrew, which is what he was going to look at. He's not going to be able to get in the way of the pitcher, who's the one that fielded that ball. He's well in the field of play where he's going to make that throw to get Pruitt out. So again, it just no reason at all to run towards the inside, right? Just keep it tight on the line and know that you laid your butt down properly and advance your runner. So learning lesson early in the season.
Tanyag at the plate. May with 21 pitches. First pitch, high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0, that's high for ball 2. A 2-0, this is fouled off and out of play.
Nonetheless, able to get that first strike.
Anthony Rodriguez on deck for the Grizzlies. Pitch high and outside for ball 3. Three and 1 to count. May from the windup. And the pitch. That's high and outside for ball 4.
And a quick visit to the mound from Pruitt. Carter seeming to have difficulty getting downhill here to deliver
Courtesy runner.
those pitches. And we do have a pinch runner here.
Courtesy runner.
Courtesy. I apologize. Looks like number 12. Again, wrinkles in the jersey makes it hard to catch that lead number. There you go. Number 12 is running for
Josh
Stephens for the Grizzlies.
Anthony Rodriguez will come to the plate for his first at bat of the evening. May giving up his second walk. From the stretch, he shows bunt, leaves his bat out, and will be rung up on a strike. May comes set. The 0-1 pitch. He lays that bunt down foul, down the first baseline for strike 2.
And now the Grizzlies' opportunity for a little small ball that has backfired here is.
Well, he poked at that one rather than let it come hit his bat.
Yes, sir, and then didn't pull back on the last one, which it would have been a ball, had he. I think it was a bit high and outside, and leaving the bat out there did allow for the strike to be called. And
the 0-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for Rodriguez. Nathan Anaya will make his way to the plate.
Yeah, 3 straight pitches there for Rodriguez.
I have to say this. I've gotten to the point where I kind of enjoy not having walk-up songs.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And Rouse, of course, doesn't have walk-up songs.
They will not. And I know we talked about that beforehand during the LISD tournament. And
pitch high for ball 1.
And some of the parents were asking about walk-up songs. Nope, it's not going to happen. Not until they win state. I said because the last time they made it to state semifinal in 21, in 22 they had walk-up songs.
Mm-hmm.
And they proceeded to lose in the first round of the playoffs. And coach is like, never again.
That pitch fouled off for strike 1.
Baseball is a really, really big superstitious game, right? I mean, there's so many superstitions on not touching the line for the pitcher whenever he's coming on and off the field, and hats and all kinds of things, right? And that's one of the things, it's
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball gets the inside corner for strike 2.
Beautiful pitch there. Had Anaya backing out of the box as it breaks through for a beautiful strike. But, coach is not going to be less of a baseball player for that. He believes, hey, we really didn't do good the following year. We had walk-up songs.
That pitch high for ball 2.
And so you're going to be hard-pressed to ever convince him to ever have him again. Yeah, I've got 3 off, and that seems to be really doing. I think maybe there is some interference with them being right there.
Well, what we may need to do is to move the receivers further apart. They may be just too close.
These?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know that these are any further.
Because, this is still sending the signal over there. That camera's still up and running, right? Or
no. I shut it down. This one has now not had any kind of lag at all or fuzziness.
But you turned the power off on this one, which you did. Right?
I did.
Okay. The 2-2 pitch, that is cut on and hit foul down the right field side.
Yeah, when I went ahead and just turned 3 off.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that camera over there is still active.
Correct.
And the transmitter is still putting a signal out.
Yes.
So just talking a little shop right here to try to determine what could be our issues. The 2-2 pitch right down the middle catches him looking. And I think Mr. Pruitt sold that one because he didn't call that too quick. He was really slow on calling that punch out. Uh-oh, what happened?
I turned
Go
off
to-
2 on accident. So we're back to, I realized it and bounced back to the primary.
Blake Rickmer's at the plate. He will put this one into play, and this will be a base hit into right field as he jumps on the first pitch. Runners at first and second for Chase Roberts. Roberts 0 for 1. He lined to first.
So we've got 3 back. Now we're going to see if I've got them separated here now a little bit better.
Two on with 2 out for Chase Roberts. First pitch, a slider down and away for ball 1. Coach Crepine is going to call time and take a little trip to the mound, talk to the infield. Now, see, you had the presence of mind to bring some water along with you.
Oh, yes, sir.
And I did not.
Have to, man. I grabbed that, and as soon as I ran into the house, changed real quick, and made my way over here, but I made sure to fill up my water. Like I said, we were doing inventory, so we were outside. I've been on my feet all day long, outside walking. And my knees are definitely, and like I said, my back's a bit tight, but it's okay. It's okay. Yep, I'm over 11,000 steps today.
Hey, good for you, Bubba. 1-0 the count to Roberts as May toes in on the rubber. He comes set. The 1-0 pitch, fastball. This is line to right field, and that is a great play by Joe Burry. He makes the catch.
He did, and man, he almost, again, you got a righty. Righty with a lot of oomph behind that ball. What is it going to do? It's going to tail away as he goes opposite field. It's going to tail away from your Burry in right field, and he was able to make the adjustment and catch that and save what could have been a bases clearing triple. So really good job there, and corral that, and I think he'll understand that a little bit later next time is let's not move too far to our right when the ball is going to be cutting back across your body. And that's the adjustment. You know, he has been left field most part this year, and with Adrian Graves making his way out to start this game, he did go to left, and then that turns around and brings Burry out to right field. So again, a slight bit of adjustment.
Back to the top of the order for the Raiders, Burry, Caro, and Thompson. So far, no defensive changes for the Grizzlies.
Well, yeah, 8-14. Oh, sorry, he's warming him up. Yep.
Oh, no, excuse me. No.
It's way too early.
Going there. Coach Crimp and camera shot too.
There we go. What's up, Coach? Oh, he's gone. He's camera shot, folks.
Well, that seems to have helped, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is 2. 2 has been really nice and clean. This is one of our new cameras here, as well as behind home plate. We have 2 new cameras, and major discussions have started. And we've got some people on our sides here for trying to. Oh, and there we go. Just as we do that, it goes to fuzzy. Trying to get an outfield camera.
Dom Tanyag back out on the mound. That pitch to Joe Burry outside for ball 1. Burry 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. The 1-0 That will drop in. His off-speed stuff is definitely dropping in for a strike.
Yeah. It's almost like when somebody gets near the view and it pulls focus a hair, it goes fuzzy.
1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2.
So, again, that's just people walking in front of it.
Another curveball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pixelating and
1-2 the count. Tanya shakes off the sign. 1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside.
A little high and outside.
For ball 2.
And as we heard the "ooh" from the press box.
Right. Well, it's in the stands as well. The 2-2 pitch. That's high for ball 3. Burry works it into a full count. Christian Caro on deck.
Of course, the same pitch that got him strike 2 is the one that put him out his first at bat.
The payoff pitch. That is foul and out of play as it goes into the Grizzly dugout and bounces over in front of the concession stand.
Yeah, so Burry now having seen that pitch twice. We'll see if he can recognize that, if Tanyag decides to go back to it as a possible put-out pitch. It's been very effective up to this point.
Again, the payoff pitch, ball 4, as he will draw the walk. That pitch way up out of the zone. Caro, 1 for 1. He singled to right back in the first.
Yeah, doing a great job with runner on first. No, actually, he was the first guy to get on, and
he was the first guy to get on. He made it to second.
Hit it through a shot between first and second.
First pitch to Caro, misses low for ball 1.
Of course, talking with his dad, Jaime, before the game, just sort of about his swing and his approach, and you know how he's a big visual guy, wants to be able to see.
That pitch in for a strike just at the top of the zone.
Wants to be able to see that video of his swing, just like Caden loved to do. And it's like, man, I'm not going to try to show you nothing. You tell me what you're working on, and I'll make sure I catch that position, you know, and let you see the video.
1-1. This is hit out towards shallow right field.
God, he's sort of no man's land. Oh, and he pulls him off the bag on a wild throw in from right field.
But there was no error on the play as the ball was caught. So it will be a base hit.
Yeah, very fortunate there for Burry. Burry's just caught in no man's land. He really can't go halfway on that because the ball could have easily been caught by either Sandoval or Rodriguez or even Rickmers, and all of them had an opportunity, and it does fall in front of Rodriguez.
2 on with nobody out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, so Burry at that point just puts on the Jets and tries to get to second, and an easy throw from Rodriguez would have had him out, and does pull Roberts off the bag.
Tanya checks Burry at second. That pitch outside for ball 1. Mason Gonzalez on deck.
Oh,
Thompson will lay off. He showed bunt.
Yeah, I guess again low maybe.
Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Connor Thompson. Caro extends his lead at first.
There's the strike.
That pitch in for a strike is, again, Thompson shows bunt and lays off. 2-1.
I'd love to see him swing away here again with no outs. You want to advance those runners. So I definitely get it why they got him looking to lay a bunt down, but he's been swinging such a hot bat.
The 2-1 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count.
So now this is that tricky one where you get up way in the box and put that bat down way early and trying to get in the head of the pitcher. And
again, he shows bunt, lays off for ball 4, and that'll load the bases.
Very close pitch again was that, at least from our angle, and still called a ball.
Coach Darling calls time. He's going to come and talk to his infield.
Great opportunity here for the Rouse Raiders to open this game up. Bases loaded, no outs. Coming up is Mason Gonzalez, who is our cleanup
caught
batter.
Looking. He's 0 for 1. He was caught looking back in the first for out number 2.
Yes, sir. I think if anybody can learn from that, that is that young man right there. He's again, him and Connor Thompson as the 3-4 hitters, rightfully so, as they've both been swinging very, very good bats here lately. Same with Jacob Solis. They're your 3-4-5. So this is the area of the lineup that can really do a lot of damage, and they've got a lot of base runners out there to bring around. So
Bases loaded for Mason Gonzalez. Tanyag's been pitching exclusively from the stretch. That first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt to the backstop. Burry will score on the wild pitch.
And we have our first run of the games, folks.
Runners at second and third. And a 1-1 count for Mason Gonzalez. Jacob Solis on deck.
It's always funny watching these guys slide on a turf field. I mean, you just slide forever. I think Burry started that 3/4 of the way down the line and was able to slide all the way home.
That pitch low for ball 2. Another fastball, and it was downhill. There is activity going in the Grizzly bullpen, number 3.
Well, that's who I said earlier.
Breaking ball upstairs for ball 3. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, Chance Newton warming up. Hey, speaking of a Landon Doss in the house.
The 3-1. Oh, that's hits off the bat on a check swing.
Interesting.
That will go 1-3. So he was forced to run. He wasn't running. He was checking his swing, and the ball hit his bat.
Yeah, and honestly, had he realized possibly earlier, he may have had an opportunity to get on, as it was very close play with everybody sort of taken back about was that ball in play. But when you don't hear foul called from the home plate umpire, you have to assume that it is.
First pitch to Solis, he lays off for ball 1, a fastball in. Solis 0 for 1. He popped up to second his first time. Andrew Sanchez on deck. That pitch inside for ball 2. We want to thank our hosts here at Grizzly Field for allowing us to actually set our camera up inside their press box. The 2-0, that pitch outside for ball 3.
Yeah, and utilize some of their outlets for all the additional plugs that we have. We got here, and I'm like, you know what? We don't have a power strip. He goes, oh, but we got splitters. I'm like, well,
we need some power strip.
And I think we need about 8 slots.
That pitch high and outside for ball 4, and that will be a 4-pitch walk to load the bases for Andrew Sanchez.
You know, with all the new cameras and the receivers and, you know, and the screen that I have to be able to monitor this, I mean, we've definitely added quite a few items that need power, you know, so.
First pitch to Sanchez, he will Broke this one into left field. That will score 2 runs.
Yes, sir. And here we go.
That's a 2 RBI single. And Raiders extend their lead 3-0 here in the top of the third.
Yeah, and Jacob Solis almost having an opportunity to round and get to third himself as the ball was booted off the foot of Mason Harlow out in left field, trying to swing down and come up with that so he could make a good hard throw, and he did boot it. Now, of course, coach is having a quick discussion with the home plate umpire. I'm not sure about what. Maybe interference?
No, I think he told the guys to stay in the dugout. He doesn't like that boom.
Okay. Let's not allow any fun here. It's a baseball game. It's team sport, right?
Runners at second.
First and second.
First and second and third, right?
No, sir. Nobody at third. We got 2 in. Though.
Oh, first and second.
Yeah, we had 2 come in, so we've got 3 total runs in now.
But breaking ball seems like it's going to be way high, and that thing drops within the zone at the plate for a strike call.
Great pitch.
Pruitt is 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up.
There's another strike. Right down the middle on that one. That was just...
Actually, he was called out for interference.
Yes, he was. He laid down a great bunt.
2-0. I mean, 0-2 the count.
I would say could do it here, but he's already got 2 strikes on him.
It's a little dribbler. A pop-up, and it's going to be underneath the glove of Roberts.
I hope Jacob sees.
That will be, he will reach on the error. That it will be an E6.
And Jacob comes in the third a bit awkwardly as his toe got caught. What looked like in the turf. As he's working that ankle a little bit. That was
courtesy runner. Number 16. That will be Jacob Spates.
Okay. Look at my man. Mr. Francis is all over it. He said that is Jacob Spates, and you would be 100% accurate, sir.
I'm getting there. Adrian Graves will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Check swing and a miss for a strike.
Yeah. Tried to check it. He went around.
Scott Knight on deck. This will be lined into left. This will score 1 for sure. Sanchez will hold up at third as Solis will cross the plate.
And once again, Mason Harlow booting the ball out there. But again, it didn't get far enough away, and Coach rightfully holds up Andrew Sanchez, who is not the fleetest of foot on this Rouse squad. And
so the crowd picking up where the boys left off is the home plate umpire didn't like that.
Yes.
That check swing and ball goes high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, that's inside and low for ball 2. Tomyag at 62 pitches. He came in with 31. Came into the inning with 31.
Yeah, and again, still only with 1 out, and we do not have anybody warming up any longer, so we'll see if he's...
That pitch high for ball 3.
If Coach Jarling's ready to pull the trigger on getting Tomyag out.
If he walks the run in, I'm sure he probably will make that change.
Yes, sir. And again, that was number 3 earlier, Chance
that pitch
Newton.
In for a strike, and the count will go 3-1. The 3-1 pitch in for a strike.
Wow.
And the count goes full.
Scott thinking he had drawn the walk there as he went to go make his way to first and had the strike called on him.
The payoff pitch. This is lifted high to center. Rickmers.
Oh,
He misplayed it. And that will be a 2 RBI double for Scott Knight.
We're right at that sort of time of night. I've played enough ball in nighttime, and I'll tell you, there's definitely a point where the ball makes its way up into these lights and starts to make its way back down, and I think that interfered with his depth perception as he thought he was camped on it. And the next thing he knows, it's right over his head. And
Coach Darling calls time, and looks like Chance Newton is in tow. And that'll do it for Dom Tanyag. We'll look for a change here as he's headed to the outfield.
Yeah, he's headed out to what looks to probably be right field. And then he is going to be replacing number 15, which is Mason Harlow. Mason Harlow was in left, but based again on how they are standing doesn't necessarily mean anything. That now we are going to have Anthony Rodriguez make his way to left field and Tanyag to right. But we'll wait a moment. It is again number 3 that is coming in, which is Chance Newton for the Grizzlies. So he is for sure. Again, Tanyag, assumption is right.
Third.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll give it a little quick rundown here on how he finished. Tanyag does go 2 1/3 on 67 pitches, 33 for strikes, so just under a 50% clip there. Did allow 7 hits, 6 runs. All 6 are earned runs. 2 strikeouts and 4 walks. No hit batters in that inning. I don't think on either side at this point. And then, like I said, he is now replaced by Chance Newton.
And the Raiders have batted through the order and are back to the top of the order with only 1 out as Joe Burry started it off with a walk.
So they did appease Darling in his request that we didn't put a 6 spot up on him in the first inning.
We did it in
the third.
Well, we could put more depending on.
Yeah, we still only have 1 out. And we do have runners both in scoring position at second.
Now your hitter's got to make the adjustment, right? You've gone from a soft throwing lefty to a righty.
To one that looks like he's got a little bit more pop to that fastball there, Michael. And yes, it is correct. So we do have Tanyag is
in right,
and that would mean that Anthony Rodriguez has moved to left field, which he is number 6. Correct. Yes, sir. Rickmers does maintain his resting spot in center.
First strike 1. 0-1 the count to Burry. Newton has the sign. He comes set. Pitch.
Pretty pitch.
Fastball down the middle for strike 2.
And again, Burry finds himself in a hole right away. We'll see what Newton has for his put-out pitch.
The 0-2. Catches him looking for strike 3 call.
Inside pitch, but he never pulls the bat off his shoulder.
2 away for Christian Caro. Caro is 2 for 2 with 2 singles to right.
Burry being a good teammate there and talks to Caro to let him know what to look for here with the new pitcher.
That was that same pitch right there. He didn't call a strike that time.
But again, lefty versus righty, and I know that shouldn't matter. The plate is the plate regardless of who's batting. But
The 1-0, that's fouled back for strike one. Connor Thompson helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. Even count, 1-1. 2 on with 2 outs. Runners at second and third for Christian Carl. Newton comes set. The 1-1 pitch. That's high and outside for ball 2.
And now, man, even the field umpire is getting on Connor Thompson about leaving the ball at his feet as he's warming up, taking his warm up. He's like,
the 2-1, that's high for ball 3.
Making sure he understands, pick that ball up, put it in your pocket, don't have it sitting on the ground. And I guess rightfully so, a fly ball, if he doesn't pick it up when he's moving out of the way.
The 3-1, that's outside for ball 4 to load the bases.
Newton had a base open there, so and then we have Connor Thompson.
Bases loaded for Thompson. First pitch from Newton, a slider in for a strike.
Little more up in the zone, but definitely catches a piece of that as he gets strike one.
That pitch outside for ball 1. That will even the count up.
Definitely quite a bit here, more velocity from the right arm of Chance Newton.
1-1 pitch. That will get through the legs of Brennan, and that will score Adrian Gray.
Easily. Adrian possessing a really good amount of speed there as he's in left field. And everybody does advance. And we now have put up 7.
Some crooked numbers
here in the inning.
2-1 count. That pitch high and outside for ball 3. 3-1 to Thompson.
Did I also see Blake Gonzalez here earlier, I thought?
I thought you did. I thought we did. The 3-1, that pitch in there for a strike.
And again, the batter thinking that he had drawn the walk, but this time, unlike Scott Knight was about to toss the bat when he heard the strike call and hung on to it. Connor Thompson had already flipped the bat thinking that he had walked. And
the payoff pitch. This will be lifted high into right field. Dom Tanyag will camp underneath it. He'll make the catch. That will go fly out to right to end the Raider third, but they get 7 runs on 4 hits, and they leave 2.
Yep, go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
After 2.5, it's 7-0 Rouse. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Grizzlies in their half of the third. Deloach, Brennan, and Wagner. Carter May with a long rest in that inning.
And we do not show any defensive changes here from Coach Krimpine, as we do have our same 9 that have made their way out defensively here for the bottom of the third.
Beautiful night here in Leander.
Oh, it is. The wind has actually...
It got up to like 95 degrees.
Believe me, I think I got a little toasty on the back of my neck because I didn't, again, we were outside for the first half of the inventory before we had to come in and do the inside. And
yeah, what a great night it was Tuesday. The Raiders dedicating their 2025 season to the memory of my beautiful wife, who passed away from cancer early this year, January 6th.
Yes, sir. And the teal ribbons that are now
adorning their helmet.
Yes, sir. The batting helmets, as we also have the same teal ribbon here on our computer that I work the station from, and so we get to look down at that and
with with her initials on it,
and see her smiling face. You know,
that first pitch to Deloach outside for ball one.
Deloach is first to bat, grounded harmlessly to second base. Christian Caro able to put him down, and far cry difference from his Tuesday night outing at Rouse Field.
That pitch must have been a makeup call. That was definitely high and outside.
Yeah,
but that first pitch was more of a strike than that one was. That's for sure. The 1-1 pitch, that will go to the backstop. A wild pitch for ball two. So her middle name is Sue, and so her initials are NSF. Back in the day, if you had a check bounce,
non-sufficient funds.
It was non-sufficient funds, and they would stamp it NSF.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, honey, you are not non-sufficient funds, baby. That pitch fouled off, and that will take the count 2-2.
You notice how quickly I got what you were going with that, because I was like, oh, yep, nope,
well,
exactly.
Because on today,
they didn't know.
They don't know. They don't. Most people don't do checks anymore.
They don't know how to write a check.
Right. Yeah.
Even if they had a check handed to them, they wouldn't know how to write it.
This is hit out toward right field. Oh. That is going to be played by Joe Burry, and he makes the catch. That one had a chance.
Yeah, once again, Joe Burry making great adjustments as he had to really almost climb the ladder to get to that. As his outstretched arm and glove was able to corral that, I'm going to say, line drive shot out to right field. So great hit. Comes up empty for Deloach.
Joe Brennan will make his way to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Check swing and a strike.
And I think that was just a strike call, because he definitely checked his swing on that, and I think it was going to be a strike regardless.
I think so. The 0-1, swing and a miss for strike two.
Hey, folks, if you're at home watching the game, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also hit the little bell notification so you can be reminded when we have our next broadcast.
When we go live, the 0-2, this is hit foul down the left field line.
And again, feel free to use that chat section. Really not seeing anything here, and we'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're listening in from and who you're.
Shout outs to your favorite player. We'll come over the broadcast.
And we have had some folks, haven't we?
Oh gosh,
Guatemala, New York, Montana,
Republic,
PR,
Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's been awesome that we've had.
That pitch catches him looking to break in for strike three, and out number two. That is the fourth punch out of the night for Carter May.
And again, that
Tanzania, we had him from Tanzania last year when we were playing Alamo Heights.
Yeah, and I think
our playoffs.
Biggest one, I still remember, it was we were down south. It was a playoff game that we were, remind me, we were playing.
In Jordanton?
Jordanton was the field, but I'm trying to remember who we were playing. It was a Harker Height. No, team from
Jordanton, we would have been in the playoffs. So.
We were. That's what I'm saying. In the playoffs, we were playing a team from way down south.
Victoria East,
maybe, and they had saw our
fouled off.
They had seen our banner and were asking about it, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, we've got a ton of fans that would love to be able to." And I think we had our biggest ever. We were well over 3,500.
Oh, that was McCallan.
Well over 3,500 viewers in that game. Had a little shout out here from the crowd and the crowd mic.
That pitch in for a strike. What?
You didn't hear it?
I did hear that. I was wondering, where'd that come from?
Oh yeah, that was the crowd mic picking up the fans. Love to hear from our fans.
Yes, we do. We love our fans, and they love their team. May deals. This one hit back up the middle. This will be a base hit for Aaron Wagner.
Of course, Carter did that little delayed leg kick pause before he delivered that, and that was
Kershaw
and then he got a rocket right back at his feet. That he sort of looked back to the home dugout and was like, "Yeah, I don't know, I'm going to do that one again." That's
Robert Sandoval will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up.
Tend to feel a little good when you got 2 outs and no on.
Panyag on first. Throw to first will not be in time as Wagner back safely.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I ran off who we had there when we were coming up just before the broadcast started. Had an older couple there sitting right at the mic, and I pointed at them, and I said, "Look where that mic's at."
This has popped up and hit out to center. Connor Thompson tracks it. He makes the catch, and that will do it for the Grizzly third. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. And after 3 complete, it's 7-0 Rouse.
Yeah, so I let them know where that mic was, and they saw it there. They're like, "Oh," I said, "Well, I'm watching you. You better make sure you pay attention to what you're saying over there."
Was that last year or was it the year before?
It was the year before. The Jordanton?
Palmview.
There you go. There you go. We played at Jordanton 2 years in a row in the playoffs. 2023, 2024, we did play them, but it was the 2023 game, and it was Palmview. That's correct. Again, they came from way south.
Yeah, they did.
I do remember that.
Gosh, their fans were so fun.
Oh, unbelievable.
They were absolutely great.
And you want to talk about a
scrappy Jordanton, and then we went to Coastal Bend.
Yes.
And played game 2.
Yes, and the Jordanton game, they knew about it when we were playing at that one, and I think ended up being the Coastal Bend that had the biggest because they knew that we were broadcasting, so everybody's sending it back home.
Yeah.
Here's the link, and oh my gosh, we always love, especially when the playoffs hit, at the end of the game to end our stream and shut it down because we're paused, right? We don't have any way of knowing other than we do see a lot of banter back and forth on the chat line. Lets us know that a lot of people are there. But
we had Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy.
Yes,
that came down from Michigan.
Michigan.
Not Minnesota.
Not Minnesota.
From Michigan, they came down to watch Little Shoddy, Joe Sparshoe.
Yes.
Their grandson.
And meet us.
And
we hadn't. I had met them
previously. I'd met them in 21 when Lucas Sparshoe was playing, and
that was my first year of dabbling a little bit. That was my intro to the mic and helping Kid Hill whenever he wasn't able to make it, and that's when I started.
I kind of developed a fan base.
Yes, sir.
With the group, with Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy and Nana, and that pitch from Newton in for a strike to Mason Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, looking to really get things started here for himself.
That was foul tipped for strike 2.
A little ahead of that one.
Gonzalez
out in front.
Quickly down in the count, 0-2. He is struck out looking and grounded back to the pitcher on a check swing.
Yeah, of all things, right? But it does happen.
Feliz on deck. It does happen. Newton comes set. The 0-2 delivery. That's low for ball 1. Tell you what, my dogs are barking right now.
You can hear them from all the way over here, huh? Wow.
Yeah. The 1-2, that misses low for ball 2. All 4 of them.
Yes, sir.
But I only have 2 with me right now.
Oh, they're all 4 barking up here. Let me tell you. I'll tell you that.
The 2-2, that's outside for ball 3. And Gonzalez goes from an 0-2 count to a full count.
Helping him there. He's really trying to get him to chase a little bit. He's just been inside and out, just trying to get
the payoff pitch. This is hit high to left. Roberts comes from short. He'll make the catch, and that will do it.
Yeah, not being called off by Anthony Rodriguez out in left field as he went ahead and made way for Roberts to go ahead and play that. And he does nicely, no problem.
It's interesting. It goes out. So you got one fielder that's coming in on it. You got another that's going back on
Correct.
it and running backwards.
That should be the left fielder.
Should be the left fielder on that.
That is a left fielder's call. Now, we don't know the dynamic here, right?
Right, yeah, that's true.
Roberts could be a senior. Anthony Rodriguez could be a sophomore. He's like, I'm not going to be that guy to that upperclassman. I'm going to let him take it.
Solis will take for ball one.
But again, Roberts not really having to contort himself to catch that as he was able to run right underneath it.
That pitch sails high for ball two. 2-0 the count.
Ooh.
That one is swung on and fouled back out of play.
Good cut there. Just not able to get enough of the ball there. Just got a piece of it.
Solis is 0 for 1. He has popped up to second and walked. I'm good. Thank you, though. The 2-1, that pitch gets the outside corner for strike two.
Again, once, when we're over here and off behind home plate, always difficult to really see where a lot of these pitches are.
The 2-2, this is a chopped fair. Newton has it. The throw goes wild.
And out into right field as he rounds and makes his way easily to second base.
I don't know. Solis may have had that beat out.
Yeah, I'm going to
I think
honestly call that a hit because that ball was thrown behind him.
But there was an error that allowed him to get to second. So
yes, yeah, that was a single.
Hit and an error.
Hit single, error allows him to get to second, but it does count as a hit.
So it'll be E1 on the base.
I'm not going to. Oh yeah. Sorry, it was the pitcher that made that error. Yes, I was like, wait a second.
So Andrew Sanchez comes to the plate. He fouls this one off for strike one. Fork, as he is affectionately known, using his gamer tag.
And we may hear the cheers or chant start from the dugout here momentarily.
Yeah, if they don't get shut down by the home plate umpire.
They haven't been on the chanting their teammate's name. They just aren't allowed to all come out of the dugout and congratulate somebody on a run being scored. God forbid.
The 0-1.
Strike, beautiful pitch.
That off speed just hangs up.
Has their number tonight, really does. I mean, we've seen multiple batters here for Rouse just not picking that up and teeing off on it or even offering at him, really.
He lays off.
He didn't go.
And takes for ball one.
Check swing there as he drops to his knee, Andrew Sanchez, to stop himself from going around. And some seem to think that he did, in fact, offer at that.
The 1-2.
And once again, offers, but does stop the swing. Oh, they did ask for the appeal.
He can't tell from that angle.
And the field umpire, who's standing in front of shortstop, calls Andrew Sanchez out on a check swing that did go around for strike three.
It's silly to appeal to a guy who's behind the pitcher to say that it went across, that his bat head went across the plate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just silly. He can't tell that from there.
Yeah, but folks, what you don't see, and maybe some of y'all know, but there is
What's the joke?
Oh, here we go.
Why did the tomato blush?
Why did the tomato blush?
It saw the salad dressing.
Uh-oh. Oh, that sounds like a dad joke.
Hey, badooch. Hang on. Look, we don't get the... Nobody can really hear that one at home, unfortunate there. We've got some little playback there of a little trombone, or we can give it some applause for those that like that, but little fan interaction there. But again, all I was about to say is we don't get multiple umpires until the playoffs start, right?
Right,
We
yeah.
only get the 2 guys. So you have runners at first and second. Of course, your field umpire is going to position himself as best he can to be able to make calls at third, second for the runners, right? So that takes him away from the first base line to really understand whether or not somebody offers that or breaks and the actual bat makes it past the front of the plate, which is ultimately what it has to do to be called a strike. And he's, again, positioned in front of shortstop behind the pitcher's mound, but more off the left field side of the pitcher's mound, and he made that call from there. So
Due up for the Grizzlies in their half of the fourth, Tanyag, Rodriguez, and Anaya. Tanyag coming in from the left side. He is 0 for 0 with a walk. He reached second base on the single by Blake Rickmers. May from the windup. This is cut on and hit over towards second. Caro has it, throw to first in time, and that will retire Tanyag.
yeah, routine play there.
4-3.
Caro doing a really good job of not letting the ball play him as he was able to charge that slow dribbler, cut the distance down as he's able to receive it and make the throw easily to get the runner at first.
Anthony Rodriguez comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He will take for ball 1.
A little high in the zone there, which, again, Carter is, if he's missing today, that seems to be the spot.
The 1-0 fastball low for ball 2.
And just as I say that, he misses low.
Nathan Anaya on deck. The 2-0 delivery. That's high and outside for ball 3. Three and 0 the count. Pruitt gives the sign, the 3-0 pitch. Fastball in for strike 1.
And again, that looked very similar to the first pitch that was called a ball that was high, and this one was right in that same vicinity and looked a little bit better to the home plate umpire, called a strike.
A 3-1. That is hit foul down the right field line. And the count goes full.
Always catches your ear, doesn't it, there, Michael?
Well, you know, a muscle car enthusiast that had a wide body scat patch Dodge Charger.
Beautiful, beautiful Delmonico red.
No. Octane red.
Come on, God.
If it's a truck, it's Delmonico red.
Yeah.
That is cut on and hit foul, and the count will remain full.
I mean, that name of the paint job adds at least 10, possibly 20 more horsepower.
Oh, of course.
Because it's called Octane Red.
You got Octane Red. Pearl coat.
Yes, sir. It's beautiful, beautiful car.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. And super fast. Super powerful. The payoff pitch. That's high for ball 4. And Rodriguez will draw the walk.
Yeah, lets it get away, and in comes Anaya.
Anaya 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the second. 1 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The Raiders leading this one 7-0.
And it's crazy. I just stopped to think, wait, he's only had 1 at bat? It is only the 4th inning, and I keep forgetting that.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
You know, this is the bottom of their lineup, and, you know, he's only seeing his second at bat here in the bottom of the 4th, where we've had 3, almost 4 opportunities now for the Raiders.
The 0-1, that's high and outside for ball 1.
Like to see if I can catch Jonathan's attention here, and as he's filming, he does get a little bit of a speed gun on these guys.
The 1-1, that's slider down and away for ball 2.
Here we go. Hearing a little bit of
encouragement for me. From the stretch, the 2-1 pitch. That's high for ball 3.
Again, trying to overthrow just a bit. Oh man, did you see that one? Old Chevy.
Mm-hmm.
Old 60s model. No, that's a young 70s.
It's the 80s.
No, not 80s.
Yeah, I think
I drove 80s.
70s or 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, that's a mid to upper 70s. Oh, ball gets away on the pick play.
That'll be an E1.
And then that draws the infield in for a quick meeting with Carter May. Just letting him know, take your time, calm down. No need to overthrow and try to press. Let's let these guys get something in play and let the defense work behind you.
May only at 64 pitches.
Yeah, very, very short on pitches. I mean, he's, but here in the last 2 outings, he's just, again, I think he's just trying to overthrow a little bit, right? Trying to put these guys away quickly, and it's getting him into a bind here as he's now on a 3-1 count to Anaya. Again, who represents the number 8 batter for the Glen Grizzlies.
The third batter in the inning took away the double play. Well, essentially.
Well, we took it away. Took it away the potential or the double play, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way,
I
we'd
mean,
have to be. It could still happen in a very line drive,
unlikely
catch him sleeping, type of deal. Line drive out to a runner that breaks on a hit and run possible.
Blake Rickmer's on deck. The 3-1. That is hit foul and back out of play, and the count goes full.
Got a couple of young Raider fans there walking the concourse here. Or I guess that's not quite a concourse. They're in the lower part of the stands.
It's a high school level concourse.
Yes, there you go. It's the strut pad, right? It's where everybody comes walking in. And
Anaya calls time again.
And we do actually have some activity now for the Raiders.
16.
15.
Is it 15?
I think that's 15. Getting warmed
Pitch
up.
outside for ball 4.
Yep, starting to get loose is number 15 for the Rouse Raiders, and that is Cooper Dye, who did come in during the Glen game Tuesday night.
Coach Krimp calls time.
And this could be it.
Back-to-back walks for Connor May.
And this could also be to just buy a little time as Cooper just barely starting to get loose. As he got the weighted balls and starts the toss against the back of the dugout. And as expected, Carter is staying in.
And we're ready to get back underway as Pruitt will make his way back.
And now we have the double play back opportunity.
Yeah, we
alive again.
Blake Rickmer's 1 for 1. He singled back in the second.
With one out, they will be looking to take care of business here with a double play, get out of the inning.
Fastball in for a strike.
And again, a lot of zip on that fastball from Carter. Man, you can hear it popping that glove from up here. Time called by the batter.
I tell you what, he gives time every time somebody calls it, no matter where the pitcher's at in it.
Yeah, it's Rickmers, right?
Yep.
Back to the top of the
Like
lineup.
Rickmers. No, he's ninth in the order. Swing and a miss.
Oh, I was looking. My bad. Yeah, sorry.
For strike two. Chase Roberts on deck. Fastball high for both one.
Oh, and now, yep,
The batteries
must have went bye-bye because we've lost. And we've pretty much been exclusively the camera one view behind home plate.
pitch outside for ball two, and the count goes even. Pruitt gives the sign. The 2-2 pitch.
Ooh,
Wow, I'm not sure where that one
wow,
missed.
That looked so good, but not getting the call. Maybe inside, maybe high. I don't know. It's a guessing game on that call or no call. Back to another full count for the third batter in a row.
The payoff pitch. Fastball. Oh, my goodness.
And that was lower than the last one that didn't get called and still did
Bases
not get
loaded.
called. And
That was a terrible call.
ow.
Number 7, Chase Roberts.
Now Glen Grizzlies with their own opportunity with bases loaded with one out.
3 back-to-back-to-back walk.
And I believe first time we've had a runner at third for
It is.
Glen.
Yep, it is. That pitch in for a strike. Roberts 0 for 2. He is lined to first and right. The 0-1. This is cut on and hit over to first.
Double play opportunity here, but he elects to, with the jump that they had, Mason Gonzalez just puts that in his pocket and steps on first for the single out, giving up the one run. So the Grizzlies are now on the board.
RBI, fielder's choice for Chase Roberts.
Yeah, traditionally you'd like to see the snap throw from Mason over to second and then have him cover his bag to potentially get the double play. But again, good break by Rickmers, who possesses really good speed and just took that option out of his pocket. And again, just good decision. No need to push a unnecessary throw and walk away with no outs. So
Cooper Dye starting to get loose again. That pitch way outside for ball one to Braylon DeLoach. May at 75 pitches. Joe Brennan on deck. Swing and a miss for strike one, and that will even things up at 1.
And again, a lot of damage can happen off the swing of the bat from DeLoach. A lot of power there.
Or just a fly ball. The 1-1, that's way outside for ball two.
Yeah, he is 0 for 2 here with a ground out and a fly out. Oh, look at that. I don't know if we can't
Was that
quite.
a Harvest Moon?
Just barely, almost a blood moon. I think there was supposed to, maybe was it last time it was supposed to be a blood moon.
2-1. It's outside for ball 3.
If in the camera view, folks, if you can look on the very, very far right side of your camera, you'll see
Right side of your screen.
right side of your screen, obviously our camera view, your screen view. There's the moon poking out right over right field.
The 3-1. Ball 4. That is his 4th walk of the inning. And will load the bases again.
And coach calls time. And looks like he probably will have Cooper Dye in tow.
Well, there's no defense for walks, and he's issued 4.
Yes, sir. And with that exit comes the stats here for Carter May as he draws the cheers from the
3 2/3
visiting Rouse Raider crowd. And going 3 2/3 is Carter May with a total of 79 pitches, 43 for strikes. So not quite to the strike to pitch ratio that he would like to see or coach would like to see, but that was a bit skewed here lately with the 4 walks. And after 3 2/3, he does go with 3 hits allowed, 1 run, 1 earned. Obviously, he has the walks go, 4 strikeouts and 6 walks. So yeah, just not a great stat line there. As he was struggling a little bit almost all game to be able to get downhill, right? He was just losing a lot of pitches high early, and then eventually that led to overthrowing and trying to really just get that strike in there. And then with the overthrow, it's breaking across the plate and not getting the call. So, he'll, again, early in the season, they've got the 3 tournaments, right? They've had a few scrimmages, but still trying to find their way early, young in the season. 2025 season. Cooper Dye comes in having pitched Tuesday. See if I can get his stat line, if I can recall that. Cooper did come in and had 26 pitches, 17 for strikes in his 1 inning of work that he had. Did allow 2 hits, but had 2 strikeouts and no walks. And then back in the Glen dugout or bullpen area, they do have number 12 getting warmed up for the Grizzlies. Number 12 is Josh Stephens. We called his name earlier. Did he come in to run, or he wasn't up in the bullpen, I don't think, but I know we called his name earlier.
He
in
came in
the
as a
game.
courtesy runner.
Runner, there you go.
That will bring up the catcher, number 11, Joe Brennan. He is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out looking. Bases loaded for Brennan with 2 outs, with Cooper Dye on the mound. Dye from the stretch. First pitch offering. Wow.
Looked really low to me, but he does
Really
get the strike call. And
generous.
so Cooper Dye does inherit 3 runners, but if they do score, that does go against Carter May on his stat line, as he has left those on.
More activity going in the Raider bullpen.
And that looks like Doss.
No, it's number 2.
No.
That is fouled off for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Brennan. Aaron Wagner helping his on-deck fielding percentage.
And number
That
2
is Driscoll, I think.
Colby
Colby
Driscoll. Yes, sir.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Dye gets him out of the inning on 3 straight pitches.
Cooper fired up there as he was able to come in and on 3 straight pitches walks back to the dugout trying to fire these Raiders up as he was just hopping and skipping his way back to the dugout.
The Grizzlies will get 1 run on no hits, and they leave them loaded. After 4 complete, it's 7-1 Rouse. On to the 5th we go. Chance Newton makes his way back out to the mound.
Yes, Newton is back out and just taking a quick peek.
2 up for the Raiders, Knight, Burry, and Caro.
No changes defensively for the Grizzlies. No, we
Joe
do
Brennan.
have, is that Brennan? That doesn't look
he's-
like 11, though.
Brennan's getting his gear on.
Okay, I was like, that's a different catcher. But he's fully geared up, and Brennan is, there he comes. Okay. See, I'm on it. It's somebody different, but never mind. It's the bullpen catcher. Oh,
That is a matter of fact.
so back out comes Brennan to
Well, we do have a pinch hitter on deck.
27.
That would be
Evan
a
Rivas. Yes, we both had it without looking. Adolfo Rivas also batting from the left side. One of 3.
AJ Graves. Wait a minute. He shouldn't be. He hit into a fielder's choice. Wait a minute. I've got.
They've even got Adrian Graves up in the lineup. So the game changer would be wrong if it was not Graves. And we didn't have a runner out called out with him still at bat, right?
No, that couldn't be. Because he hit into a fielder's choice to end the inning because the runner was thrown out at third. Okay, that's just totally messed up my book.
Outbounding number 1, Scott Knight.
That's why they make erasers. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but something's not right.
So let's see. I'll tell you what Game Changer had for plays. So we had.
Or I messed it up. Okay, I see where I messed up. Because Solis got on. It wasn't Sanchez.
Yeah. Mason fly out. Single from Solis. Strikeout from Sanchez. Single from Pruitt. And then, Jacob Solis picked off at third is what.
No, he wasn't picked off. He was thrown out at third on a fielder's choice. It's because Pruitt hit into a fielder's choice.
Now, Pruitt shows. Okay, well, it showed single, but okay.
No, he didn't
Yeah.
single.
So Pruitt hit the fielder's choice. All right.
So that gets my book.
That answers
back.
that. All right, and we are currently sitting on a 2-2 count, folks. With Scott Knight. Scott Knight checks swing. Ball is low and away to bring the count full at 3-2.
Okay, Knight. What was that one?
That was low and away, so 3-2 is the count. And swing and foul down the left field line.
No, go to Knight's at bat so I can get my book back right.
Yeah, I'm on Knight's at bat.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I mean, go to Graves at bat.
Graves at bat.
Yeah.
Graves, he grounded out, but he was strike one looking, ball one, and then third pitch was in play.
Third pitch, and what was it?
And it was a ground out pitcher.
1-3.
Yes, 1-3. And then
And
Scott
Knight
Knight just
walked.
walked.
Okay. All right. My book's back right. All right. I see where I messed up. That was on me. Okay. Good deal.
We got to be better.
I do. Sorry, folks.
I will expect
You're hearing
that
our chatter go here.
to be better by the no later than Liberty Hill series. You know what? That's the next series. Oh, my gosh.
Adolfo Enrives, pinch hitting for Joe Burry.
Again, Adolfo from the left side. One of three lefties here for the
Pitch.
Rouse Raiders.
Down and away for ball one.
And now Chance Newton having his own difficulties finding the strike zone.
For ball two. Adolfo Enrives, Joe Burry went 0 for 2. A strikeout looking, a strikeout swinging, and a walk. And pitch high and outside for ball three.
Now, what we'll need to see is does Enrives come in and relieve him in the field? Because as we know, that is where he has played, is in right field.
And pitch high and outside for ball four.
And that's 7 straight balls now.
Runners at first and second with 1 out.
Sure, Newton is
For
glad
Christian
that he's
Grizzle.
not at Bluebell Field, home of the Aggies, because the chants would be loud and alive right now. Ball 8, ball 8. And now Coach Darling makes his way out to visit Newton. We no longer have Steffens warming up
But he's not
in the
tow.
bullpen, but he is not lingering
Oh man, I need some
in foul territory. Yeah, I'm with you. I need to get me a inversion table, board, whatever they call those things. I've been thinking about one of those for quite a while. Help stretch that back a little bit.
Yep.
All right, so the chat session is now over with the infield and
that motorcycle's loud.
broken up by home plate umpire and
2 on with 1 out for Christian Caro. Caro is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. That pitch, oh my goodness. Way outside, but called a strike. The 0-1.
Oh, possibly could have been a strike, but he doesn't catch it. Now, again, that's the old saying, if you don't catch it, they're not going to call it a strike. It could still be a strike. And I think that was a strike, but it was not called.
The 1-1, that's outside for ball 2. The 2-1, that's outside for ball 3.
And again, just struggling here for Chance Newton.
He struggles against lefties.
Yes, he's up to 48 pitches now in the game.
The 3-1, that's inside for ball 4 to load the bases. For Connor Thompson. Thompson has walked twice and flown out to right.
And again, another
Coach
quick
Darling
visit.
makes a trip out to the mound. Oh, I'm sorry.
And walking with a little bit more assertiveness here is. Yep.
And that's going to be it.
He reaches for the ball, gives the old pat on the back, and says, your services are no longer needed, sir, for the evening. And Chance Newton makes his way to the dugout. And with these warm-up pitches, we can now review his evening. Chance Newton does go 2 innings on 49 pitches, 23 for strikes, and once again, just under that 500 mark for strike to pitch count. He does allow 2 hits, no earned runs, no runs allowed, does get 2 strikeouts, but once again walks 4, just like Tanya, which has both seen their early exit from the game is just those walks, no different than Carter May, right? I mean, walks, like you said, there's no defense against walks. And
what was Stefan's name?
Stefan's first name is, let me find it here, Josh Steffens. Steffens is a double F. Steffens. Steffens.
Some people will say that also for the PH, but you look at it, most times you would say Stevens.
Correct, yes, sir. The double F gives it the Steffens.
Said Jake McHenry. That's who you just said. Are we sure? Oh, it's
21.
Oh,
it's 21. 12
change.
was warming up.
Oh, goodness.
Hello,
Epic
folks.
fail. We got to do better than that, Jonathan.
12 was warm. No, you saw it. 12 was warming up. And now 21 is the one that comes into the game.
What's his name? Jake McHenry?
Shane McHenry.
Shane McHenry.
Sorry, Steffens family, if you're listening, we blew that one. Josh Steffens is not in the game. Shane McHenry, number 21, has now made his way in. I guess that's my dyslexia. I don't know. I mean, I could have swore that was 12 that we saw, but I think maybe I was standing on my head when I was looking. Right? No? Is that?
I don't know. Works for me.
I was looking at him through a mirror, maybe.
Connor Thompson will make his way to the plate. As I mentioned, he had 2 walks, and he's flown out to right.
And again, 1 out, bases loaded.
Bases loaded.
Current score 7-1, Rouse Raiders.
That first pitch from McHenry, high and inside for ball 1.
Again, Shane McHenry, another righty. Very similar stature to
pitch low for ball 2. Mason
Newton.
Gonzalez on deck.
Newton, who just left the game.
McHenry comes set. The 0-2, that's inside for ball 3.
Funny thing is, that pitch has been called a strike several times tonight.
0-3 the count.
It brushes.
To Connor Thompson. McHenry comes set. The 3-0 pitch. He lays off for ball 4, and that'll walk a run in. As Thompson draws his 3rd walk of the evening.
Hey, on-base field percentage is great for Connor Thompson right now.
That'll bring up Mason Gonzalez. He's 0 for 3. He is struck out looking, grounded out to the pitcher, and popped up to short. McHenry comes set. The first pitch offering to Gonzalez, low for ball 1.
Again, just very, very close pitches here, just not being called strikes. Just so difficult for us to see. Are those just low?
1-0. That's in for a strike.
That was definitely a great pitch. Easily called a strike. His first strike, right?
Yes. That pitch in for a strike.
And now back-to-back strikes after
1-2 the count to Gonzalez.
5 straight balls.
Jacob Solis on deck.
And Mason Gonzalez.
Calls time.
Calls time. Getting a little bit of a
You know what you don't see much anymore?
issue there.
This pitch high for ball 2.
What's that?
That will even the count. Kids throwing tennis balls off the wall.
It's actually, I believe, been banned in a lot of schools.
Oh, has it?
Yes, sir.
The 2-2 pitch.
There we
This
go.
is lined into left center.
And
This will score 2.
Mason
And this is going to score 3.
goes shopping at the gap and has a triple underway as he slides into third with
3
no
RBI
throw.
triple.
There we go. There we go. He's back on it, and that is up by 10 runs now for your Rouse Raiders, 11-1, with that triple off the bat of Mason Gonzalez as he sends that the other way and goes to the gap between center field and left. Great piece of hitting. Ball on the outer half of the plate, and he stays with it and is able to get a lot on it and send that out deep to outfield.
That pitch inside for ball 1 to Jacob Solis. Andrew Bork Sanchez on decks.
And once again, only one out here. Another run potentially sitting on third.
That pitch in for a strike. That will even the count at 1.
And infield is now drawn in with that runner on third, trying to protect against that extra run.
That is squibbed back to the pitcher. No throw to home. That will score a run.
Yeah, and Jacob Solis.
That'll be a RBI fielder's choice.
Yeah, not able to really get the hit that he wanted there and really upset with himself, but hustles up the line, and that requires them to get a ball over. And then, of course, Mason Gonzalez takes off and is able to score.
Andrew Sanchez will come to the plate. He is 2 for 2 2 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 singles. And 2 RBIs. That first pitch in for strike. Well, we might. Well, I say get out of here a little bit early. But
Yeah, we've
already 2 hours into the contest.
We've had a lot of long innings here, and even though it's only the 5th, it's definitely been a lengthy game up to this point.
It has been.
And the fact that both of these shut down, I'm sort of curious, is that the camera or is that the receiver?
No, it's not the receiver. That will hit him.
Will they do something different or I know what they were able to last in the first few games that we did, so we don't have our extra cameras plugged in.
They gave up 4 walks in this inning, and all 4 of those walks have come back home to roost as they have scored. That pitch down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, and that actually being the first hit batter in the game on either side.
Pruitt represents the 9th batter of the inning. That pitch inside. Wait a minute. We didn't catch that. That is not Pruitt. That is...
32. You're right. Same
Grant
size.
Jackson?
$32 is Grant Jackson. Look at you go there, Mr. Francis.
3-0 the count to Grant Jackson. Sorry about that, Grant. I didn't catch that when you stepped in. That pitch in for a strike. That was low.
Well, it's almost hitting him, and he's not crowding the line. And if it's almost hitting him, how are those strikes?
The 3-1 pitch, that is fouled off for strike 2.
So crazy. Just trying to get a bead on what is or is not a strike right now.
Dye getting loose, as he's been sitting for a while now. Do have some activity going in the Grizzly bullpen. Number 1 is getting loose. The 3-2, this is popped up.
In play.
Playable. Brennan will make the catch, and that will do it. For the Raider 5th.
And as you said, Cooper Dye getting warm again, just having sat for a while with the Raiders posting 5 runs in that inning. And he does make his way back out for his second batter of work. Not quite
back
second
out.
inning.
So Pruitt back in the game behind the plate. Due up for the Grizzlies, Wagner, Sandoval, and Tanyag.
Yeah, so Cooper Dye, we'll get to see his second batter.
What a night. What a game. And Cooper Dye can take care of business here. This game will be over.
Yeah, potentially down to their last 3 outs, if you mention that. So
Raiders leading this one 12-1 as they scored 5 runs on 1 hit.
really?
And they left 1 on. Yeah.
Mason Gonzalez, the only hit. And
the only hit.
One hit batter and a lot of
3
walks.
RBI triple. And 4 walks in the inning. And came back home to roost. That will bring up number 17, Aaron Wagner. He has walked and singled. He is 1 for 1.
And it's been clear up to this point, but I looked up to that moon again, and it's under cloud cover. So
Dye comes set. Breaking ball just up out of the zone for ball 1.
yeah, a bit high.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That will even it up. Do have another pitcher getting loose.
Yes, and you said number
and a miss.
1.
Number 6 now.
Now number 6. So we have 1 and 6 out there? Or just
6.
Just number 6. Well, 6 was Rodriguez.
Yep.
And
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for Wagner as he strikes out. That'll bring up Robert Sandoval.
Number 12, John Stephens.
Yeah, so
Oh, it's Josh Steffens that is hitting for Sandoval.
Hey, there is number 12. See, we didn't make him up, everybody. He does exist.
Batting from the left side. As he's checking into the game.
Yes, he is. And getting a little talk from the home plate umpire, seeming to take a lot more. And giving his pre-at-bat approach here as Josh Steffens steps in from the left side.
He will foul this one back for strike 1.
And wasting no time at offering at the first pitch he sees. Having to scale the fence to go get that foul ball.
1, that's high for ball 1, and that will even it up. I did buy me some erasers too, so.
I saw you had the longer eraser there that you pulled out.
That I've been using. That
Yep.
pitch down and away for ball 2.
Oh, was it off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't hardly hear it.
Yeah, I think I turned it down a little bit earlier just because of
3-1 the count.
music was getting a little bit. So I had to click that off. Now here we go with the
3-1. That is fouled back for strike 2, and the count goes full.
Cooper Dye wanting to do his part here to end this game a little bit early tonight, possibly.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for
There it is.
33. Back-to-back punch-outs for Cooper Dye as he has struck out every batter he's faced so far.
Yes, sir.
He struck out Joe Brennan to end the fourth, and now he has
Struck out the
first two. And
one out
Tom
away.
Tanyag will come to the plate, another lefty.
And again, folks, what we keep talking about, ending the game early.
Breaking ball.
Great breaking
in
pitch
for
there.
a strike.
A little 12-6er movement. But ending early is because if you lead by 10 after the fourth inning, or fifth inning, then that would be a ball game.
Wow, that was a good pitch.
As of right now, there's an 11-run
Ball one.
lead for the Raiders.
Anthony Rodriguez on deck. The 1-1 pitch, that's high and outside for ball two. 2-1. 2 away for Dom Tanyag.
Who was the starting pitcher and made his way out to right field in this game.
The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss for strike two. That will even the count at 2. Yeah, I was hoping that we would be done in time for me to go to Chick-fil-A, but I don't think I'm going to make it. Deuces
might be the luck.
Cognac. Pitch outside, and the count goes full. I guess Chick-fil-A was not in the cards for me tonight. By the time we get everything picked up, we're just not going to make it.
We had Gossip Shack for lunch today.
Did you? I don't think I've ever had that.
Ooh-wee, let me tell you.
The payoff pitch. Swing
and there it is. And that's your ball game, folks.
Strikes out the side. And strikes out every batter he faced in this inning. He faces 4. He strikes out 4.
Yes, sir.
And that will do it as the Raiders take game 2 of this 2-game series 12-1. And Jonathan is going to run over the numbers for you right quick.
Yes, sir. So, again, your beautiful final here, Rouse Raiders winning game 2 of district play over Glen Grizzlies 12-1. The pitching had 2 pitchers basically
they've
in this game. And Cooper Dye does finish it off going 1 1/3. No hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Again, Carter May is your winning pitcher, as he did sit down with the lead, although, again, inherited runners there did get put down and taken off. So Carter May did go 3 2/3. Again, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 6 walks. So 6 total walks, no hit batters. Offensively, for your Raiders, looked really good. They did have a total of 24 batters come to bat, 12 runs scored on 10 hits, 9 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So, again, very low strikeout count, and I've noticed that throughout the playoff or the tournament play as well as the first couple of games now. They don't take a lot of strikeouts, these hitters. So that bodes well for the future. They can take advantage of the walks and not really take a lot of strikes, have a lot of strikeouts. That just makes for a good offensive production. And that looks like it. We had, again, 3 pitchers combined for the Glen Grizzlies, 5 innings, 11 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 9 walks. So, again, 12-1 your final here as the Rouse Raiders are victorious and go to 2-0 on this early season.
So be with us next week as we will have day games at 1 o'clock against Liberty Hill. Promises to be a great series between these 2 programs. That'll be Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
At 1 o'clock both days. So we will be back on the air then. We want to thank y'all for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis. He's Jonathan Kaspar. Thank y'all for tuning in.